Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sit down, get comfortable, because what I'm about to explain to you is definitely going to be a little bit sick. It's been pissing me off from some time. But today, we need to talk about Rebecca Joynes, a 30-year-old teacher who was previously arrested for sexually assaulting a minor. She was teaching math class to the male student who was 15 at the time, and she exchanged phone numbers with him, and they later on decided to meet up on a Friday afternoon and bring him to her luxury apartment, quote unquote. It was alleged that she had sex with the boy twice in that apartment that same night. Rumors later on circulated around after like a couple weeks, and she got arrested and she was suspended indefinitely from her job. We're going to get to that story real quick, because what's crazy about this, and the reason I needed you to sit down, is because there's not one story, there are two stories to this. But we're going to talk about the first story before we get to the second one. So sit tight. This is going to be a long one. According to the Metro article here, the boy A told police Joynes has given him 10 of the 11 digits of her phone number, and he worked out the missing digit to first make contact with her. Within the days, they were exchanging Snapchat messages, and after finishing school on a Friday afternoon, he went home, changed out of his school uniform, and Joynes picked him up at a prearranged point in her white Audi A1 car. When the police asked boy A what he was wanting to happen, he replied, "To be honest, I was not expecting that to happen. What happened? I didn't expect anything." The boy had math class with this teacher, Rebecca Joynes, and Rebecca Joynes was giving him some extra lessons, if you will. She decided to take it to the next level and give him her phone number, but it's 10 digits out of the 11. So what happened was the boy had to guess what was the last number in that phone number, which I thought was pretty stupid. I guess the teacher was just doing that purposely just to see how committed the boy would be to getting her number. Like, she knew exactly what she was doing, and it's pretty calculated, and we're going to touch on that shortly. The article continues by saying boy A said he expected to do what had been planned, go to the Trafford Center and back to her flat. I'm assuming Trafford Center is a shopping center, I believe. He said, "I remember her saying, 'You might as well come to her apartment,' and I said, 'I may as well stay.' She said, 'Okay, that works for me.'" What? That is absolutely wild thing to say. Like, okay, that's fine with me. Like, not I don't understand how this became a thing. I don't understand how she thought she could do this and just get away with it. It's predatory behavior, like, from A to Z right here, and we're not even at the worst part of it yet. So after picking up the boy, Joynes then drove to pick up her dog from the daycare and dropped it off with her parents in Wirral, I believe that's how you pronounce it, telling the boy that she had arranged for them to have it overnight. He did not see the handover to her mother as Joynes parked in another street, probably because of how young I looked, the boy said. So this woman is fully aware of the fact that this is a very young child, and we are going to put him in the other street so that the parents does not see the boy in the car with a 30-year-old woman. She knows what she's doing is wrong. She's hiding it. She's ashamed of it, and she knows what she's doing is wrong. It's just really scary to me how this boy was able to just say that. Like, he knew what was going on, but of course he's with the teacher, and this teacher is a trusted figure. So she's using some sort of power over him, and that's what's really messed up, and we're gonna get to that next. Boy A told the officer about a conversation on the journey. She said something about driving. I wouldn't know because I'm not old enough. She said, "Oh, shut up," laughing. Said something like, "Stop saying that," but laughing. Again, this woman is trying to eliminate the whole age conversation, but at the same time, she's hiding the fact that she is currently with a child at the moment. And that's what screams like Red alert, red alert, red alert. It's absolutely disgusting what she's doing. She's fully conscious of her actions. She is making multiple mistakes here. This isn't just one mistake. She is making multiple mistakes here that leads up to the biggest mistake. Yet here she is just doubling down, tripling down just along the way. After visiting the Trafford Center where the youngster said Jonas bought him a 345-pound Gucci designer belt, I think that's roughly around like $420 in the United States, before they went back to her flat at Salford Quays where they allegedly had sex twice. Let's just break it down here. It's sexual assault. Let's just call it like it is. She's allegedly sexually assaulted a minor. That's really it. It's almost disgusting that she took him out to a store and got him a Gucci belt. I have never heard of a teacher buy a student a Gucci belt. That is absolutely insane. There is grooming involved. She's hiding him from the world. Well, except for the shopping center. But even then, it's almost insane that she's going out of her way to do this. I'm not understanding it at all. So after the whole situation, rumors started going around. The boy started texting his friends on Snapchat saying like, yo, I did it. It actually happened. And then I guess his friend was like, oh, bullshit. Like, pictures or it didn't happen. And he apparently snuck a photo of her, you know, while they were in the bedroom, I believe, and sent it to his friend, and the rumors started going around the school, and that happened or started circulating around the school over like a couple weeks. Then the police got involved. They interrogated, you know, Rebecca Jonas, and then she got arrested and she got suspended from school indefinitely. So now she was put in court and she was set on bail. She was put out on bail under the condition that she wasn't allowed to have any unsupervised contact with a minor, or at least anyone under the age of 18. Let's take a breather here. This is where Arc 2 happens. This is part 2 to the story. So while she's out on bail and everything, and now she's in court, it was later discovered that she is pregnant by another former student that she had a long-term sexual relation with. It is absolutely crazy. So now we have to explore the story with Boy B. So Boy B claims that they were texting and they were exchanging, you know, sexual messages, including images at the age of 15. But Jonas is claiming that no sexual activity took place until he was 16. I thought that was kind of weird, by the way, that she would say something like that. For one, that's still fucking gross, by the way. But two, I realized that the age of consent in the UK is 16. So I kind of understand why she said that. I was like, oh, okay, now I thought, because I thought the age of consent was 18. So I was like, wait, why 16? Why is she acting like that's normal? The whole story behind Boy B is that after they were exchanging, you know, messages and everything, she invited him to her house, her apartment, again, the luxurious apartment. Apparently, according to Boy B, they had sex 30 times over a course of like months. And then later on, while she was out on bail, mind you, while she was out on bail, while they were continuing this relation, she had rose petals. She described the scene as there was rose petals in her apartment. He went into the bedroom and she had stuff bought from Victoria's Secret. They had sex games going on. And then on top of that, and I think this is the craziest thing, I can't fathom this. She has a onesie. She has like a onesie for like a baby. I think it's called like a baby grow that says best dad. And then in the back it says something along the lines of like, I love you, daddy. Holy fucking shit. This woman is crazy. It's the fact that you are currently in court for sexually assaulting Boy A. And now we're hearing news that you are pregnant with Boy B, who you claim didn't have any sexual activity with until he was 16. But Boy B is alleging that you guys started having sexual contact or exchanging sexual images when he was 15. They even said they kissed. Let me just say that. They kissed when they were 15 years old. So there's a lot of... I'm getting a lot of ick out of this whole situation here, and that's just an understatement, because the articles were later like Daily Mail UK and the Metro was going on was that when they were having the conversations with, I think it was boy A, boy B, I don't know. They were saying that how like, oh, like, yeah, like she's good looking. A lot of boys in the school talk about her, about how attractive she is. They said like, hey, listen, like she's attractive. So I took the opportunity and I went for it. And I'm sitting here like, it really upsets me that this is actually something that's being put on an article. And the only reason is because you're going to have a demographic of people that are going to look at this and be like, well, I mean, she's all right. She's a good looking. She's not a 10 out of 10. But hey, man, you know, if I was 15, I would have smashed if she gave me the opportunity to. What's the big deal? Like, let the boys be boys, you know? They're getting these dick sweat, you know? I think that is absolutely deplorable to even say that. There are people that I know that I've come across, under the same sun, they will say, I don't want any college boys laying a finger on my daughter who's in high school. But then when it's a woman who's like in her 30s, or even a grown-ass woman, let's just say a grown-ass woman who's taking advantage of an underage boy, suddenly it's like, oh, well, he's a man, you know, he's mature, you know, he got that charisma, you know. I'm just there, I'm like, this is the reason why whenever boys report sexual assault, especially when it comes from a woman, they often get trivialized and their experiences get dismissed because it's like, sex is something that you want. Why would you complain about something like that? And she's pretty too, and you're calling it sexual. So, what are you, gay? What's the matter with you? And it's absolutely disgusting. It is foul. And it just breaks my heart every time, especially when I see things like this, because again, just the boy saying that she's good looking, listen, that's their opinion. If they think she's good looking, then she's good looking. It is what it is. I'm not gonna lie, I've had, you know, I found a few teachers during my time in school that were attractive, but they're just fantasies and you just move on with it. But it's something else when you have a teacher that just takes advantage of that fact, as if they know they're attractive. They know the boys are looking. So they take advantage and they take the opportunity to engage in that activity with minors at that. It is so disgusting. So here we are, with a 2-week trial. We have Rebecca Joynes, who's now being charged with 6 counts of like sexual assault, 2 on a minor, mind you, 2 of which is where she was in a position of trust, where I guess it means like, hey, like you were a teacher and you were trusted to be around kids, and now look where you are right now. Despite this, she's still denying this. She's denying everything. Her defense lawyer saying that there are cameras that can pinpoint the fact that, yeah, they did go to a Gucci store. We see the cameras. She was at a Gucci store with the boy A. She bought him a belt with her own card, and there was another camera in the luxurious apartment where she was with the boy. But they can't prove that she had sexual relations with the boy by the time they got to their apartment. And then now you have this whole situation with boy B, where boy B is saying like, yeah, we did engage in some sexual activities when I was 15, and now Joynes is saying, nuh-uh, that didn't happen until you was 16. It's just, oh my god. There needs to be accountability. Someone needs to throw a book at this woman. This woman should not be trusted. She should be locked up. She cannot be trusted in the public. She is a public risk to minors. It's almost sadistic that you would just have everything laid out for a young boy, 16 at that. I don't give a fuck if it's the age of consent. 16, and then thinking that he will willingly accept the fact that he is going to be a father. A 16-year-old cannot comprehend the magnitude of being a dad. Like, you don't even have a job. What is going on? I swear to God, someone throw her in jail and lock away the key already. But anyways, guys, that's really just it. This story really just got me boiling right now. It's just insane how she's doubling down on the whole thing. It's just, oh my god, I can only imagine the defense lawyer. This defense lawyer is probably working overtime right now. Like, girl, if you don't get your fucking shit together, like, I don't understand. She's definitely not helping herself. She's not. And I hope she gets thrown in jail for a very long time, because that is disgusting. I will never understand. And that it's not for us to understand to begin with, you know. But anyways, I hope the boys get the justice they deserve. I hope she's held accountable. I hope she rots away in prison for a very long time because she's a fucking predator at the end of the day. But until then, y'all, that's about it. Peace.